Hey everyone, so welcome back to another Exos Heroes video. Today I have a guide for you on how to beat Chapter 10, Episode 8 without any fake core character. Basically, I'm using a team of one fated character, and then three legendaries, and then one rare. And this is definitely one of the tougher challenges that I've put myself through, but I wanted to try and help some of those free-to-play or low-spender people who play this game. And I know the FC characters, some of the first Guardian units that have that Dragon Blood passive, it makes story mode a joke. I was actually one of those people that whenever I came into the game, one of the banners was up, and I took advantage of it, and I breezed through story mode. But I know a lot of people don't have that opportunity, and I wanted to try and build some teams that could clear this content even if you missed out on those banners or you didn't have enough Zez to pull those characters. Now I need to, have a little caution and warning here. This team, I have zero idea what the percentage win rate is. I pretty much cleared it once and I was done. It didn't take me one try. It took me like 20 tries, but not with this team. I was going through a bunch of different team comps and I just could not figure it out. I couldn't do enough damage. I was dying way too easily. Jin here is a real tricky character. Whenever you go into battle with him at the very beginning, he actually has stealth. You can't even target him. I was going to go for a full nuke strategy and just try and, deal as much damage as I could on my very first turn. But then I realized he had stealth, so you can't even do that. So the next thing that I did was bring a bunch of revivers, and they just didn't do enough damage. They would pick one up. They would die too easily. It was rough. So I finally came up with this composition, and I have a video after this as well to show you, my attacks, my strategies, and all that stuff, and we'll walk through it together. But this was basically my team, the one that you see on screen. Now, Chati here, I think, is irreplaceable. I don't think you can do this without her. If again, you don't have any fake core characters or any of those first Guardian units. I'm saying if you need to use just a bunch of legendaries and rares, and you need one fated, Chati is the fated that you need. Mainly because of her passive. This Protect 3, where it grants share health, is so important because it gives your heroes the chance to survive Jin's attacks, as well as his little lackeys, because they also hit hard. So this was key. And then also, her Lucky Chessie, that first attack that she has for 3 mana, is so important for your back row to survive as well once your reviver picks them up, because they're going to die. And you'll see in the replay, they died so many times. I got very lucky with RNG, but it just goes to show that even though you might have to do this a bunch of times, you'll eventually clear it with this team. So Chati is probably the one that's irreplaceable. All of these characters might be irreplaceable because this is the only one I could get to work. So basically, you use her for her Protect 3 and her Barrier. Now, the other character I used was Karin. She has a good first aid ability. She has decent defense, good HP. She has a Burst Revive, although she's just level 5, so I'm not getting use out of the Burst. And it's decent percentage. She also has a damage dealing ability that grants a really big heal on her first attack, and 210% damage is actually pretty good. And I think I used it once or twice to get rid of some of the wave characters. So she came in pretty clutch too. The first aid ability is very nice, as well as both those heals and the revive. So I used Heowon in my other guide for 10-1. He is super good. His damage over time effect is key in here because the little lackeys that Jin has, some of them are green, as well as Jin himself. Basically, he has 8 Guardian Stones. He has 4 red, and once you break the 4 red, you immediately have to break 4 green. Now, he doesn't break or anything at all. It pretty much transitions from red back to green, okay? So Heowon was key for that, and he went down a lot, but he kept coming back, and I eventually got the win there, so that was good. Corgi is another one that I don't think you can replace. She has a damage over time effect on her first attack, which is 2 mana, and it's actually pretty easy to achieve because she is a attack or a chaos subtype, which means she gets 1 mana every time she attacks. So she can build up mana very easily. And she does have that damage over time for 2 turns. So the lackeys are fire and green, so I need her, and then also to deal the damage over time to Jin. On top of that, she has a very hard-hitting second attack. If you can keep her alive and attack Jin whenever he's broken, this is going to deal a lot of damage. She was actually the finishing blow on Jin. You'll see that in the video. And then last but not least is Jean. So I would not expect to use Jean, but he does have a decent damage dealing ability on his first attack, which is 140%, which is a low multiplier, but he has piercing. So that's what makes it pretty hard hitting. And then he has that throwing rocks ability. Now, the reason I used this, and the reason I used Jean was because of this throwing rocks ability. His burn is for 3 turns. So if Corgi died, I would have Jean to pretty much stall out the waves and break Jin with 1 attack. Corgi can't do that. She only burns for 2 turns, so she's only going to break the max of 3 Guardian Stones, which is good for the waves, bad for Jin. So I needed that second damage over time person for fire. So that is the team comp. It was just annoying. It was annoying. I was cursing and punching my iPad, but we eventually got it done. Now, I just want to show you the gear here real quick. Okay, so starting with Corgi, she's got all legendary gear on, and her weapon is to level 40. Heowon has all legendary gear except the boots, and they're all just level 30. Oh, except the accessory, which is level 40. Jean is in all legendary gear, only level 30. So Chati is in all legendary gear, and I didn't even care to put on the weapon because she does no damage, but you can throw something on there for her if you want. So Karin had a couple pieces of legendary gear on. Again, she doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's there just in case. So that's the composition. That's the gear they're using. Again, I don't think it's that hard to achieve this team composition. The legendaries are easy to come by. Jean is given to you just going through the story mode, so he's free. The only one that you gotta hope for is Chati, I guess. Or if you can find someone else that has that protect passive, I don't know who else has it. I know there's a really crappy legendary who has it, but he wouldn't work because I think it's protect 2, so it's not enough. But yeah, Chati is the main piece. Okay, so anyway, I'm done rambling. Let's get on to the video so you can see how this was done and how I just barely scraped by, but it is doable. All right, let's get into it. Okay, guys, so here's the replay. We're going to jump on in here. Get rid of the mumbo jumbo. All right, so starting it off, all of this first stage, you're just trying to break Guardian Stones. I went after the guy on the right with Jean because Corgi's going to be able to burn them and break the Guardian Stones, so we're going to be okay there. Chati's just using the shield so no one in the back row dies. You're just trying to survive with as much health as possible in these first 2 waves. So you want to be, I guess, somewhat smart with the moves you use because you want to save up mana. You want to be able to use your big damage dealing abilities, when you need to against Jin. But you also need to be able to survive. And some of these, waves at the very beginning, they can deal a lot of damage. So you want to take them out kind of as quickly as you can. So right here, we're just going for this middle guy. Again, saving up. So Jean is using his first attack there because he gets 1 mana back as soon as he attacks. As you can see here, some of these people hit hard, so Chati's just going to throw up the shield, keep them healthy. Heowon's just going to break the stone on that back guy, and now I'm going to use Karin's first attack to heal up my characters because they took a pretty big hit. So she healed Heowon, and then I used Corgi's big damage dealing effect on that guy on the right, and it took him out in 1 shot. So that was really good because that ability that I just used there actually can one-shot your characters if you're unlucky and not careful. So now we're just kind of pinging him away. We have decent health here. We got decent health. Corgi has her first ability ready to go for the burn on the waves. And here comes Jin. Now you're gonna see how hard this battle was because Karin picked up my characters I don't know how many times. So Jean actually survived that attack. The first aid ability came in, which was great. So now Corgi is going to use her burn ability. I'm reading Jin here because, like I said, before I tried this team, I had failed so many times. I was like, why is this guy so tough? Is there something I'm missing? So I just reread, and I really didn't miss anything. He's just nuts. He does more damage whenever you have that damage over time bleed, but that's about it. So anyway, Corgi's going to use her damage over time burn there, and Jin countered, hit Jean. Now those big shots right there by those waves, see, they can usually take out your characters with 1 shot. I was lucky because they had to waste another attack. So now here I was debating to whether attack or use the shield. I decided to use the shield and then pick up people with Karin. Now Karin, this is where the RNG came in handy because Jin never targeted Karin. I don't know why. He kept going after Jean. He kept going after Heowon. And right now, I was just trying to survive to get another burn off on Jin because you can't target him. He has stealth. So the only way to really break those stones is with damage over time effects. It's very annoying and frustrating. But again, Karin's still alive. Chati's putting up shields. And her health is low, which is generating mana for her. That's why she can keep healing over and over. So Chati went down, and one of my fire units actually survived, so I was able to get the damage over time burn off, which was good. So I broke those Guardian Stones on Jin for the red. So now I need Heowon to survive so he can get off his damage over time to break the other ones. So I had a big dodge by Jean there. Again, more RNG. And this is now allowing Heowon to get his damage over time effect off. So I'm taking out some of the back row guys. I'm able to get up another big revive by Karin. Get all of my guys back. He's going to take down Corgi, which stinks because she's my highest damage dealer right whenever he breaks. So now I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can. I'm putting up that shield from Chati because I know he's going to unbreak. I'm not going to be able to do enough damage. I'm putting more poisons. And the problem is, whenever you break him and he revives, he comes back with red, and you have to do it all over again. So you'll see here. So the shield came in handy there because he broke Heowon. But Corgi was back up. She got the burn off before he killed her, which is very nice. And now Jean is still alive, so I can get his burn off and break those stones again. Gotta put up the shield from Chati. Hopefully Heowon survives, but he goes down. I get another revive off from Karin. You see the pattern here? It's basically this. So you just pray that he doesn't target Karin so she can keep bringing these people back. And you hope Heowon survives to break that second grouping. And then you just try and deal as much damage as possible. Now Chati is like the best case scenario for him to attack there. Because she already had the shield up, she doesn't do any damage. Yeah, so Heowon finally gets a chance to attack. And right here I'm looking to see the damage over time, if it's 3 turns or 4 turns. So the first one was 3 turns, which was enough. He then takes out Heowon, but he got the damage over time up. So now he's going to break Jin. He went after Chati again, thankfully. So now that he's broken, Corgi is going to do this huge 420%, and that's it. So super lucky. You need the RNG, but this composition works, guys. This video showed it. I hope this helps you. Good luck. Go out there. Subscribe if you want to see more guides like this. I plan on doing them. Thanks.